Hey guys, what's up? This is Jerry here at Wealth Dynamics. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. I wanted to come to you with a really quick video, and I wanted to talk to you about the life cycle of the sacred account. So if you've been watching any of my stuff this week, we've been talking about financial knowledge. Really is kind of the first component. This is the part we went over this past week. And this coming week, we're going to be talking about forced savings. Now, on the financial knowledge aspect, you've got to realize what money really is and what happens with it. So a lot of us don't realize that when we're investing, when we're being consumers on a day-to-day basis, because we don't have financial knowledge, let me flip that again, because we don't have financial knowledge on what money is, how to keep it, and how to scale our wealth, what ends up happening is we give the majority of our money to financial institutions. Okay, so I want you to just think about your paycheck right now. How much of your paycheck goes to taxes? How much of it goes to a bank? How much of it goes to Wall Street? Okay, just think about those three entities, right? So taxes, that's probably about 25% of your paycheck, right? You've got your mortgage payment, that's probably another 15, 20, 25% of your paycheck, right? You save some money, you might have a car loan, and then you put money in a 401k. That means that more of your paycheck goes to the IRS, Wall Street, and banks than you. Now, you might think like, oh, that's just how life works, but what you don't realize is they're not just hoarding your money. They're doing two major things with it. They're buying life insurance and real estate. Okay, like that's not a coincidence, and that should piss you off a little bit, because that's something you could do. If you did those things instead of giving the money to them, you would be able to do it. Now, why would they want your money to do it? Because those deals are so good that they want to put more money than they have into them. That's why banks, the number one asset on their balance sheet is life insurance. Okay, that's why when you look at corporations, when they really start getting big, they start acquiring life insurance and real estate. Like, those are plays you need to be involved with. Now, you wouldn't do that because you don't understand what money is. When you understand that money is a bartering and exchange system and it's simply a coupon that we all use to be familiar with what the other person has, then you realize that the IRS, Wall Street, and taxes, they know that they can barter with you to get the money from you so they can go take that money and barter for the things that they want, which are assets. That's how it works, guys. So it's important for you to know that, and when you know that, you're gonna keep more money. So it says right here, right, keeping more money and then how to scale your wealth. Those are the three main things I've been talking about all week. So if you're watching this today and you're like, man, maybe you knew to a degree, like I shouldn't put my money in the bank, Wall Street's not a good idea, I don't like the IRS, like that's where it starts, right? I started because I hated taxes. Like that was the ignition for me when I realized the taxation system, and I was like, that pisses me off. Then I started learning about, well, how do I prevent that? And then how do I keep more of it? When I keep more of that money, what do I do with it? And ultimately that turns into scaling wealth. How do you do stuff that's repeatable that you can continue to grow over and over and over? Now, the title of this video was, are your investments sacred? Okay, or not are they sacred, are they infinite? Are your investments infinite? And infinite means that it continues. Just like you see here, that little sideways 8, it's infinite. It continues to go over and over and over and over again. When you guys hear me talk about the sacred account, the sacred account really is one of the only investments out there that really is infinite, meaning you learn about it, you start putting money into it, you start growing it, and it's something that no matter what, it's going to go to your kids. Okay, you can't say that about your 401k. You can't say that about your house. Like, it will go to your kids tax-free. And it's infinite because all of this basic stuff that I'm talking to you about today, you need to teach them as well. And that changes the game, it changes the paradigm a little bit. So I want you to be thinking, instead of how do I pay my bills, how do I save my money, how do I invest my money, I want you to think about them instead. Okay, how do I make sure they can pay their bills? How do I make sure they know about their money? How do I make sure that they're wealthy? Because what I can promise you is if you do that and you truly have that mindset, you're going to be taken care of as a byproduct. If you're planning for the next generation to be wealthy, the byproduct of that is you're going to be wealthy as well, because that's where your focus is. And what you're also going to see is that you spend less time being negative. You spend less time thinking small, because you're not thinking about your day-to-day problems. You're thinking about your future and your generations down the road, which is beyond the negative crap that happened on the news today or whatever's going on at work or why you don't feel good. Right, so guys, that's what I wanted to share with you today. If you're watching this right now and you're like, this was interesting, it made sense, I think I want this guy to help me out with it, we're going to drop a link in the comments for you really quick. So if you see the link, click on it, go to sacredaccounts.com, Again, that's sacredaccounts.com. That's going to tell you everything you need to know in order to make the decision on, am I interested in this or not? Is this going to help me or not? So we dropped that on Facebook. Did we throw that on Instagram too? We're going to drop that for you guys on Instagram too. We don't care. You can go both ways on Instagram, Facebook. We love you either way. We want to make sure you check that information out. If you go to that page at the very bottom, there's an area called the File Vault. Okay, the File Vault is going to give you all the behind the scenes information that most financial advisors don't even know about this life insurance and the sacred account. So guys, thank you for checking that out. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to talk to you again real soon.